Is awakening a transformation that requires a cognitive shift and a biological restructuring? Is this why it is a slow process? Please comment. Is awakening a transformation that requires a cognitive shift of your mind and a biological restructuring? Is this why it is a slow process? Well, any deep change that happens in your mind, in your psyche, in your consciousness, will be reflected in some ways in the body. Anything that happens in the mind is reflected in some way in the biology of the body. And therefore, although I don't usually approach awakening from the point of view of science, some people do that, it's interesting. I don't, I'm not a scientist, and somehow that particular perspective has never drawn me. But I find it's interesting sometimes to listen to people who do approach spiritual awakening from that perspective. And I'm sure that there is a biological restructuring that happens as humans awaken. And as more humans awaken, I'm also sure that eventually the structure, the biological makeup and structure of the human body will undergo changes. And it already undergoes changes in the individual that awakens. One thing being that there's no longer any stress in the body. And stress in the body can be detected on many levels by scientists. It can be detected in the blood, in the organs, the circulation, the heart, the lungs, and so on. And so obviously, yes, there will be enormous changes in the body. And that's, Krishnamurti had the same intuition. He also was not, although he had dialogues with a scientist quite a few times. He was not a scientist, but he often used the expression, he says, what is needed is a mutation of the brain cells. And of course, as the spiritual awakening happens, I am sure there is also the accompanying phenomenon of a mutation of the brain cells. Yes. We are not finished. Humans believe that as a species, we are a finished species. Humans have been made by God or by evolution. And we are transitional creatures. Transitional. We haven't come to the end. I don't want to stimulate your imagination by talking about what humans may look like 5,000 years from now, all awakened. Maybe I can have a word with Steven Spielberg. He can come up with some movie about that. All humans will have been replaced by descendants of the iPhone.